Day, and Liverpool just keep on going. 22 points clear at the top of the Premier League. They have taken 100 points available from the last 102, and also they remain unbeaten, and they've gone level on points with that run of Nottingham Forest in the 70s as well. It's phenomenal.
It really is. We said at half-time that they'll find a way. I feel a little bit sorry for Southampton because they played their part in a really good game there. First half, they certainly deserved to have scored a goal or two. But you see that run there, it's quite staggering, their points. We've said all day, Steve, that, the records that they're breaking now, whether it's points, whether it's games unbeaten, all these different records are just falling to them at the moment. And you've got to say it's deserved. It's a great team that we're watching week in, week out. And they proved it again in the second half, an average first half, but they always find a way of winning. They
do. But before they broke the deadlock today, big talking point inside their own penalty area, Owen.
Yeah, I think there was... we were watching it back and debating. Danny Ings has been magnificent, really. I think it would have been soft if it was given. I don't think that's a penalty, but obviously this is what this great Liverpool team do. They can go the other way. I know Southampton probably played the best first half with United against Liverpool this season, but this is what they do. They can counter when you attack them, and just so quick, this little transition, but a little bit of good fortune. But that's what Liverpool are. They can break quick, and I don't think this is...
Michael?
Yeah.
It's not a penalty.
I don't think there's quite enough. Again, it's one of those, if it's given, I don't think VAR would change it. Is there enough contact to bring him down? Oh, it's hard to say.
No.
I'm lukewarm on it, if I'm honest. And do you know what? As soon as they're attacking, you're thinking, if they score now, there's going to be, a lot of trouble. VAR going to be frantically looking whether it was a penalty or not, and of course they go up the other end and score. On balance, I probably think not a penalty.
I agree. I just don't think there was enough contact, but that's the thing with this Liverpool team. If you commit bodies forward, you're trying to get goals. Look at that cutback from Firmino. He's just the most unselfish centre forward in the division. Good finish from Jordan Henderson. But Liverpool, this is how great this team is. The mentality that they have is up there with some of those great United teams. They can not be great and come second half, score 4 goals and absolutely punish a Southampton team that probably first half wise probably could have been ahead.
If you're an attacking player nowadays, you're looking at players like De Bruyne and Firmino, aren't you? You want to play alongside those types of players because they're just so unselfish and they can spot anyone. And then this fella, what a finisher he is. And I wouldn't have said that a few years ago. His finishing is 100% improved. I met him only a week or so ago to do an interview with him, and he even admits that his finishing is coming on leaps and bounds, and that's just practice, repetition, being cool, composed in that situation. But his finishing, his choice of finishing now is just amazing.
His second one, a little bit of luck about it, but he's got 18 in all competitions now.
But again, look at Firmino, just sets him up. The thing about this Liverpool team is defensively as good as they are with the goalkeeper and the back four. They can get a goal, then they can play on the counter-attack. No question of offside. Mo said Firmino's so unselfish there. Bit of good fortune, but Liverpool, to imagine they weren't at their best and they still won 4-0. It's remarkable.
Yeah, 100 points from 102, 22 clear at the top, and to say Liverpool are cruising is something even at this stage of an understatement. Not so straightforward at the bottom. Incredible day down there. Let's begin in East London at the London Stadium. West Ham started the day 2 points behind Brighton, and they started the day in positive fashion as well.
Well, things are really hotting up, aren't they, down at the bottom of the table? It was a massive day. Jop got them off to a good start. Of course, Snodgrass with a couple of goals as well, both of them deflections. But I think David Moyes will go to bed tonight absolutely fuming that he let a 3-1 lead go.
Yeah,
misfortune there, I guess.
Yeah, up on goal, and then I think the nerve sets in, within that stadium. And Snodgrass, he put on a show, scored 2. I know the deflections, set 1 up. But you think for Brighton, as well as they play with the possession they have, they don't normally score a ton. But, for David Moyes there, that just can't happen. This situation, like Bona Diop, ridiculous, really. The position they're in, that just can't happen. Pascal Gross gets on the end of it, makes it 3-2, and then a bit of controversy about this one as well.
What do we think?
Well, the angles weren't great. That looks like it's a handball. That looks like if it touches an attacker's hand and you score, they normally rule it out. But they went to VAR and said they didn't think it was a handball. When we looked at it, we thought the angles that they had, it did look like a handball.
Yeah, I mean, that looks good, doesn't it? That looks like it does hit his rib area. And just by the reaction of Glenn Murray, he is adamant, absolutely adamant that it should be given a goal. So normally you get a good guide from a player's reaction.
Well, the day we start trusting strikers' honesty is a day to worry, isn't it? So, right, the Vitality Stadium, that was the first yellow for Jefferson Lerma, but a big day and a big result for Bournemouth.
I mean, huge. I mean, Billing doesn't get many, but they've really struggled scoring goals this season, Bournemouth, and now Billing gets one from midfield, and this one a little bit scruffy.
Got to say it's Reina's mistake, haven't you, there?
Yeah.
Pepe Reina be disappointed with that. The ball's not flying hard at him as we see the second yellow card.
That's nothing.
And I'm pretty surprised he got a yellow card. In fact, there was 2 yellow cards.
And that was at 39 minutes to go, Michael.
Yeah, and then you expect it, or you're thinking if Villa can get one, then the last 10 minutes, 15 minutes would be a good chance. But they held on, did Bournemouth, and what a huge result that one is.
Back-to-back wins in the Premier League for Eddie Howe's team. They are out of the drop zone. Watford began the day in it, and a bit like West Ham, Owen, began it in very positive fashion.
Yeah, that's the thing for Watford. They've got some great attacking players in there, and Delafeu and Sarr, Messina. He's the one that gets the goal and puts him in a great position. Doucouré has been instrumental, playing almost in that number 10 position. Bit of a mistake. Deeney sets up.
Match so far. It began with that 2-2 draw between Leicester and Chelsea in the battle for Champions League spots, and then 19 goals on the goal rush. Bournemouth with a huge win against Villa. The Blades winning again away from home. Liverpool 4, Southampton 0 in our main game. No goals at St James's Park. Great comeback for Everton away at Watford, and likewise Brighton away at West Ham. One more game today comes from Old Trafford. Man United against Wolves, those 2 teams pushing for a top 4 place. And then 2 games tomorrow, Arsenal away to Burnley, and the big one between Spurs and Manchester City. So after all that, the bottom half now looks like this after all sorts of chopping and changing today. Norwich is still bottom, just 18 points for them, just 4 wins all campaign. Then come Watford, and now West Ham in the bottom 3. They're beneath Aston Villa, beneath Bournemouth, who made a big move today. Brighton in danger too. They're now 2 points above the bottom 3. To the top, Chelsea in 4th place still. The Blades, big movers, going into 5th place this evening. But at the top, it's now a 22-point lead for Liverpool, who've dropped us 2 points all campaign. From me and Dom, that's it from the Goal Rush. Thanks for watching, and goodbye for now.
Oh, thanks to Don and to Joe. Well, some dramatic stories around. He hadn't scored all season. He scored twice in 3 minutes. It was 2-0 Watford. It is now 2-2. So there is the table. We've had 6 different teams in the bottom 3 so far today. Brighton were in it at one stage in that first half. They're currently out of it. It is Norwich, Watford and Villa currently as it stands in the drop zone, and Brighton, Bournemouth and significantly West Ham out of it. We'll look at the bottom in a moment, but back to the top, where Liverpool, of course, have that huge lead, and Southampton have given their all at Anfield at half-time.
As we expected they would. I mean, they're not scared of anyone. They're not like your normal team that come and put all men behind the ball. They go for it, and they've had so many chances in this first half. OK, no gilt-edged chances where you think has to score, but they've had a lot of shots, and they've troubled Liverpool at the back. And if anything, you'd say Southampton probably deserve a lead.
Look how many bodies they get forward at Anfield. I know Alisson makes saves, he makes it look easy, but they've had as many shots on target as Liverpool has at home. They've had more shots than them, and they've had some good opportunities. Ings there just comes off long. They could easily have had a goal in that first half. I've got to credit Ralph Hasenhüttl, the way that they play. You know, they create opportunities. I mean, Shane Long tries to play that in there to Ings. And again, Alisson makes it look easy, but they play really well, Southampton. You have to be impressed.
2 centre forwards as well playing. It's very, very brave going to Anfield. And of course, so far so good, it's paying off.
And as a result, Southampton have had 10 shots in that first half. Now, Virgil van Dijk had an opportunity, Michael, and then should Liverpool after this have had a penalty?
Well, it was a great improvisation from Van Dijk. As soon as it came across, I thought, what's he doing? I thought it was a penalty. I'm not sure Firmino was going to get to that, so I don't know why he was getting brought down. I think it was Shane Long, wasn't it? But I'm surprised that VAR had a look at it and they said no. This is probably the better angle.
Owen?
I thought it looks a pen there. He's got both arms on him, brings him down. Maybe he's not going to get the ball, but it looks a pen. And the thing is with VAR, whatever decision they give on the pitch, they won't overturn it. That's the issue. So if he would have given, they wouldn't overturn that, which is not right. Really. We just want to get the right decision.
Now to the battle at the bottom. What a first half it's been. Let's begin at Bournemouth, who've had a very good 45 minutes. 2-0 up, looking for back-to-back Premier League wins.
Yeah, I mean, what a huge result this could turn out to be. I mean, it's a lovely team talk to be having for Eddie Howe at half-time, being 2-0 ahead. Ball's going into the box. It's a fantastic finish, to be fair, left-footed, and then Ake gets the second one. You think he could be offside, but he's actually on, being played on. And, wow, what a scoreline.
Nathan Ake with the second there. Huge game at the bottom. The same is at the London Stadium, West Ham, Brighton. And the Hammers have had a good first half, Owen.
Brilliant delivery from Snodgrass. Those balls he puts in are exceptional. Diop gets there as well. And again, Snodgrass gets it into Fredericks there. There's plenty of bodies in the box. And it's Snodgrass. Takes a huge deflection, but credit West Ham. They're under huge pressure, and they find a way to get an important first half.
Great position at half-time. Now, Watford were in an equal position. But in the end, there's been 4 goals at Vicarage Road in the first half. Yeah,
talk about team talks. They'd be very, very different. You know, Nigel Pearson will be absolutely fuming that his team have let 2 goals in the final seconds of the game. Watford flying at the start. I mean, putting pressure on Everton. Good finish here. Really good finish, in fact. And then all of a sudden, set piece. And floodgates open. This is a great save from Foster, actually, to keep it out. But then Mina just taps it in, and then Mina again.
That's the thing with Watford. That front four is so good. I think for Everton, didn't create much, but big Yari Mina on set pieces. We've seen that with Everton and with Columbia. He's a handful.
It was always going to be a dramatic Saturday in the Premier League, and that first half has not disappointed. But we're still awaiting our first goal from the leaders, Liverpool. Southampton have been brave. They frustrated Jurgen Klopp's team, and they've certainly had opportunities of their own. We're back to that next.